deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. Let's go. I'm just telling you to fight for your dreams, but it's not what it seems. Man, it's hard to be seen when everybody wants to be king. Yeah, they all want to ring. Yeah, we all want to be free.
What a day. What a day. What a day. And we got a guy. He's making his debut to LNU. His name is Speak Easy, baby. What's going on, man?
What up, man? Thanks for having me. I've been wanting to listen. Every time I've been wanting to come, but I'm just like, I got a little bit ADD, man. Once that time slips by, I'm just like doing something stupid. I completely forgot, but I'm here with the boys today. I'm ready to rock. Let's get it.
Oh, my God. The Easy. He's finally here. The Woodward heavyweight, the king of this thing. And we got Anthony Rohr, Alliance UK. What's going on, man?
Hey, Mike. I'm just loving this new world that I'm living in. We're getting ranked number 1 in the NFL on First Take. Jared Goff is an MVP candidate. I don't know what world this is, but I fucking love it.
It's a whole new world. And we got Dan the man from Lions Talk Live. What's going on, man? Great one, Dan. Can't hear you. You got no microphone on. And we got Curtis Steele. What's going on, Kurt?
What up, dude? What's going on, family? Man, I've been going for a minute, but I can't, what I'm saying, I'm sleeping back in. Taking a break, getting that mental break, but it's great. Loving, like Anthony said, man, it's a definitely brand new vibes. I've been a Lions fan for a long time, and I haven't seen the buzz around a team like this.
Nothing like
since the Barry Sanders days, since the Herman Moore days. I haven't seen the buzz around a team like that since those days.
I know, man. You were literally a Lions fan when Fred Flintstone was on this planet to begin this thing.
Hey, me and he used to go to Buffalo Wild House meetings, man. That's my guy.
Oh, man. Dan, what's up, man?
I'm from Flint, so, bedrock, baby.
Not too much, Mike. Hey, it's a crazy world when Jared Goff is the number 1 quarterback potentially in all the NFL, and the Detroit Lions might be the most dominant team in the NFL. It's the end of times.
It's the end of times, folks. Look, so make sure that you are religious. Hell's going to freeze over you and all sorts of weird stuff. Easy, man. We're 5-1. We dominate Sunday. Man, what's your thoughts about our Detroit Lions and how you're feeling?
There's few words to describe it, man. It's truly just a feeling. Like it's like Anthony was saying. It's what world are we living in where the Detroit Lions are? I mean, we've been 5-1 before, but we've never been 5-1 with this level of confidence, knowing that this team is truly going to contend with like the top heavyweights in this division. I mean, and I'm talking about the NFC. And quite honestly, and maybe that's just me like limiting it a little bit because my PTSD for being a Lions fan, maybe even the fucking NFL. And sorry for dropping the F-bomb, but bro, this is wild. Like, what is this? Like, it's insane, man. I love it. I love it. They're operating on all facets too, like offense, defense, special teams. What is this, dude? What are we witnessing?
What's going on when you're seeing the backups like Tracy Walker hitting people like he's Quandre Diggs in his prime? Like, what is going on here, man? Ant-Man, we dominate. Thoughts about the domination, Lions and Bucks?
It's exactly the ethos that Dan Campbell wanted to preach about this team, wasn't it? It's grit. They will go harder. They are stronger. They will last longer, and they will just kick your ass. And that's what they've been doing against some very physical teams. And they've just gone longer. It's what we did against the Bucks. They threw the kitchen sink at us, everything they had, and we're just like, nah, be done with you. We're better. Took a little while to get going, but it's incredible just how strong and dominant this team is. And even with injuries, everyone is stepping up. Like, this was JMO's week. Monty got injured, didn't do much. Raymond didn't do much. But when one guy slacks, another picks it up. That's how good this team is right now. And the defense, Jesus, what's happened to that in the last month? It's probably the most stunning turnaround of a unit ever, what it's done. But I'm here for it.
It's stunning. It's stunning to see this, and it's amazing this Lions team is really good, and it's punching you in the face, Kurt. And you've been watching this forever. Like, they're buying in. Everything's going good for Detroit right now.
For me, and I said this a couple weeks ago, it's like the Lions are a punch you. They're gonna meet you in the field, on the field, and they're gonna punch you in the face. And they don't care who's playing. They don't care who's hurt. They don't care who's playing on your team. They're gonna take it right to you. Like Dan Campbell said, if you're hunting for us, we're not hard to find. When you open the door, we're gonna be on the front porch waiting on you. And that's this mentality of this team. They're just going to be in your face the whole game. I love the way the defense is playing. Aaron Glenn has taken this group, and you look at it, even with the injuries, this is a lot of the same group that was here last year. This is a lot of the same players that was here at the end of the year last year. You look at it, except for a couple of people that missed some time last year, it's the same group of guys. I mean, look at the except for Cam Sutton, the two big names in the secondary that we brought in, they're hurt. So it's the same guys from last year, and they're just
different attitude.
Different attitude, different level of execution on the field. We got away with a few things on Sunday, but we still take the win. But they're gonna punch you in the face, and it's just like Dan Campbell said in his opening press conference. They're gonna bite your kneecaps off, and you're gonna knock them down. They're gonna keep fighting until they're the last man standing. Like I said, what's that on Hard Knocks? We're gonna tread water until we drown you, and that's what the mentality of this team really is right now. But they're not just drowning you early. They're drowning you early. Last 3 games, 14-point victories. The last 3 games, 14.
It's just unbelievable.
It's crazy. They're blowing people out.
In the words spoken by Dan Campbell, man, all roads lead through Detroit, man. He's 100% right. We're looking for that number 1 seed. And I mean, Dan, with all the fans traveling, we have 17 home games. So this is crazy to have 17 home games, but what's your thought about the fans just showing up, man?
I mean, Mike, I've been a Lions fan since the late 70s. And what I can say is, other than, and Curtis could probably speak about this, other than maybe like a 5 or 6 year window in the 90s, Lions fans really haven't had anything like this to cheer for in a long time. Yep. Even with Stafford and Sue and all them were around, 10, 12 years ago, the team was good. It just wasn't great. And I think fans more or less knew that. Where now, I think everybody's bought in. That end of the year, a season ago, that brought a lot of people in. And the hype train just continued. What we did at Kansas City, that just started lighting the fire. And what we've done since, that fire has engulfed the building. This entire building is ready to collapse. Lions fans are ready to storm anybody's field. And let me tell you, when we go down and win in Baltimore, this thing's going to go whole next level for Monday Night Football.
Antonio, I love that we finally have a strong D this year.
I'm giving her a D, man, a strong D.
Yeah, we definitely, man. We got that going on here in Detroit, man. We got a strong defense, that is for sure. Easy. What's your thoughts on Jared Goff so far doing this year? Jared Goff.
He's the past 2 games specifically, man. He's played lights out, phenomenal. I know, like last week, you look at it, you say it's the Panthers game, but in the past week, this last Sunday, they had done it against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which has like traditionally been a great defense, especially we have like Todd Bowles. It's one of my most exciting things to watch last week was like the chess match between he and Ben Johnson. And, Ben Johnson came on top, but not just because of every weapon he has, but Jared Goff was a big part of that. In a lot of games where you ask Jared Goff to throw over 30 times, it's not fared well for the Detroit Lions. But this past Sunday, he went out there and balled. And it's a different confidence level with him. I said it on the heavyweights on Woodward Sports is like I said, you came here as a broken man, but like what better surroundings do you need to build you up than Dan Campbell? And then Brad Holmes is placing like these soldiers around you on top of that. You know what I'm saying? Like he had the perfect come up, man. And we're seeing a different version of Jared Goff, even different from what he was in LA. This is the best version of Jared Goff. I think the most confident, most grown version of Jared Goff. And I gotta be honest, like we're blessed to have him part of this team.
He's got that attitude I love, man. I don't know if you've seen the Fitz magic. You called me a poor man's Matt Ryan. This dude is getting in people. He's cocky. I love it.
Yeah,
I
love it.
freaking love it, man. That's something you'd never see from Matthew Stafford. He'd be like, we pray hard and no, he's like, oh yeah, I'm poor man's Matt Ryan.
Yeah.
Okay, there, buddy. I love it, man. I love what he's doing there, Ant-Man.
Oh God, absolutely. I mean, how many guys get traded away, sort of like Easy said, just dumped in the street almost in a place where no one really wants him, and then the turnaround that you get from him in every facet of his game. It's his mentality, as you said, more than anything. He's taking on the identity of the city, and not a lot of quarterbacks like truly do that, but he has, and his level of play has just gotten better and better and better, and we're putting weapons around him, and we're seeing just how good we can be now, because there's nothing that I hate more about this team when, like pundits and that go, oh, they're a run first team. They're one of these old fashioned Stone Age teams that just have to run the football. They're not flashy. They're not fancy. It's like, actually, we can win without a run game. We have the pieces and have the quarterback to win without a run game. And that's what makes our team so dangerous. We will run the ball on you a lot of the time, but on the off chance that we can't, at all three levels of the field, we now have receivers who are going to hurt you. It took some big bombs to JMO in this one to break them down, but we have that weapon now, and that's what he brings to this team. You're gonna stuff our run. You're gonna stop the intermediate stuff. Fine, we'll throw it over you when you've loaded the box in there, and Goff can make those throws. I'm absolutely delighted for him, and
I am too.
You kind of got to figure that an extension's probably going to come up soon, and he's earned it.
Yeah, he has earned it, and like you said, he's taken up the identity of Detroit. He's got that edge on him. He's not a coward. He's going to say something to your face. I love it, man. This is what I've been wanting from a quarterback. Somebody that's not going to just take it all nicely. I like that attitude, man. I like that little, all right, you want to play this game? Okay. No, this is Detroit. It's us versus everybody. I love that attitude, and that's what it's all about. Kurt, a lot of people are saying we need to trade Jameson Williams, and this was the drop happened. And then I was live streaming. It says trade JMO. JMO sucks. Trade JMO trash. And then JMO catches a 55-yard touchdown. What do you see from JMO? And I got to say this. I said it on ESPN radio yesterday that the whole defense from Tampa Bay completely changed after that touchdown from Jameson Williams. They had to account for him, and it opened everything up. Thoughts on that, Jameson Williams, and going forward?
Yeah. First of all, if you're not trading that guy. Second of all, the guy, if you look at the amount of snaps he's played, the guy's still in the first part of his rookie season. If you look at his game experience, he's in the first part of his rookie season. He only, what did he play, like 20-something snaps last year? He's played just about as many snaps this year as he had played all of last year with the injury. He's going to need some time to mature. Mm-hmm. He's going to have some time to mature his game to get it to an NFL level from college to, to where he is. He needs to be a better professional. He didn't play a lot at Ohio State. Look at the guys that was in front of him. Then he transferred to Alabama, where he had a breakout season, and then he came to Detroit. Hurt national championship game, but he was killing it in that game before he got hurt. The kid's just needs to mature football wise. He is going to make some mistakes, but he's going to grow. This coaching staff, they grow talent. They make sure guys mature in the game. You look at how we're talking about the defense from their last year to this year. They got to do the same thing with JMO. They're going to help him mature his game. They're going to help him grow his skills. And he's going to but he takes the top off, like you said, the defense. Like he ran past that guy like he was standing still. He was 10 yards down the field. Mm-hmm. And it was like, what? And like the guy looked up, he was panicking. They were talking about this on the show I hate. I can't stand it. With Skip Bayless. They were talking about the panic he had on his face. You can see on that defensive back's face because JMO was so far past him and he just couldn't make the adjustment. But JMO made a great adjustment to the ball. He found the ball. Jared Goff said it wasn't his best throw because he kind of hung it up there, but he made the adjustment and he matured, didn't let the drop bother him, and went out there and made a play. And think about this. Gibbs wasn't even playing that game. You get Jahmyr Gibbs and JMO on that field together, man. I think that
Sunday too.
We can challenge for the NFC.
We can.
If you look at our schedule, we can be the top seed in the NFC.
We can.
And And to that person in the chat that said we're not beating the Ravens, my wife's from Baltimore, so all my in-laws are Ravens fans, right? We're not scared of Baltimore. We're not scared of them.
Are
The
they scared
Lions
of
are
us?
scared. They aren't scared of
Yeah,
anybody.
they are scared of us.
They're scared of us. So buckle up, Buttercup, because it's about to get busy. You know what I'm saying?
Look, they're a
We get
good
into-
team, but we're not scared of no team. I got to say, you're not going to beat Kansas City. It's not happening. You're not going to beat Tampa. It's not happening. You're not going to. Yeah, well, we have, and we will. And guess what? This team doesn't care what the media thinks. They're just going to go out there and fight. We got a $20 super chat from OG Mike McCall. Hashtag FGB. Guys, I have this feeling that Swift is laughing at us under his breath. He's healthy and our running backs from in this is a mashup. Personal feeling aside, should we have hung on to him and had a three-headed monster? Not really, no, because Jahmyr Gibbs is what Swift is going to be. So are you going to have two Swifts in this game because Montgomery got injured? So you already got one. There's so many balls that can go around. People are already complaining like we didn't have Jahmyr Gibbs doesn't get the ball enough when David Montgomery's out there. So imagine if you had DeAndre Swift in that, then you're really not going to have that many on there. He could be laughing, but at the same time, he is injury prone here. That's just what it was. I love Swift, but you got to stay healthy. You do. You absolutely do. And that's the hashtag facts of that right there. Speakeasy, I do got a question for you. You're an insider. You got people on the inside. You know, they tell you things. We got the trade deadline coming up, man. Do you legit think that the Lions make a move? Do you think they don't? Daniil Hunter has been in speculation. I watched him on Sunday. He's good.
Yeah, he is good. I remember he specifically kind of worked Penei Sewell, and as we know, like Penei Sewell didn't come in and have to like learn things. He was kind of like great off rip. So Daniil Hunter is definitely very talented. I've heard some things about him, but more from my sources, that was more of like a gut feeling on that one. The one where there's been conversations I'm being told is Jonathan Allen, and I'm assuming they stem from the original conversation on Chase Young, where the asking price was a little bit too high, and just kind of like maybe Brad Holmes did it on purpose. Knowing that price can be so high, so it's like, okay, how about this guy? You know what I'm saying? Like one of those type of things. So I do expect them to make some type of move, and I can't confirm or there's going to be a star, but maybe a depth piece. But I definitely know that Brad Holmes has been working the phones for some defensive piece, very defensive piece, I should say.
And that's awesome. He needs to work those phones, man. Just like, pimps got to work some of their clients over there in Vegas. Dan, have you heard anything in any trades? Is there a specific player you would like? You gotta. You're muted. Let me unmute you.
How's that now?
Go. Yep.
All right. So yeah, there are a couple of teams that they've been talking with, and sort of like Easy said, the ones I'm paying the most attention to are Tennessee, Washington, and then the Texans popped up a few days ago. I can't say for certain what they're going to go after, but it does sound like talking to the people that I've reached out to, there's definitely they're going to target defensive help in the secondary and on the defensive line. It's just going to come down to asking price.
And I think they should be buyers to trade deadline. You're 5-1. This team's rolling right now. Why not get another piece? Why not? Let's keep it 100 in this up and coming draft, 2024 draft. We're gonna draft. We got 7 draft picks, 8 draft picks. 7 and 8 players are not making this team. I'm sorry. With the roster that we have right now, it's not gonna happen. Okay, not every draft pick's gonna make the team. And continue to get better the way that we are, it's really difficult for that to happen. So we got the Lions versus the Ravens. It's a big game on Sunday, Easy. What are you looking forward to? What's something that the Lions should pay attention to for the Baltimore Ravens?
For me, I guess another one of those chess matches, man. It's like the Ben Johnson versus Baltimore Ravens defense, and like the one thing about this defense, I'd say even over the Tampa Bay defense we saw last week, is they actually have like some pieces. You're playing chess, and your favorite piece to play with is the queen because she can do everything. Well, they got Roquan Smith, who we know well from Chicago. They have Patrick Queen, who I think has been playing really well. I think a lot of us were high on Kyle Hamilton coming out of the draft, and it's going to be one of those games, man. Obviously, the Baltimore Ravens, they don't have I forgot his name, the offensive coordinator. He used to work with Jim Harbaugh. Oddly enough, anyway, they don't run the ball like they used to. God damn, what's that guy's name? It's going to drive me crazy. Doesn't matter. But I'm very curious to see how that offense. What was it?
You talking about the defensive coordinator, Mike Minter?
No, their offensive coordinator from last year. They fired him. Now they got the new guy from I think he's from Georgia.
Oh yeah.
Either way, I know they used to pound the ball a lot, though. Still a little bit of the same, but they're doing some running back depth. I'm just curious to see. I guess the Ravens' offense really. I just don't know. I don't know what to make of it so far this year. But I know the Detroit Lions' defense has been consistent, and it's going to ultimately come down to limiting Lamar and those explosive plays he makes.
Yeah, and the rushing yards per game for the Baltimore Ravens is 144.8. That's fifth in the NFL. Guess what? The Detroit Lions are number one defensively to stop the run right now. So that's going to be a fun matchup to watch. Really good run team versus really good run defense. And you look at their pass game. The Ravens' pass game is passing yards. They're 24th in the NFL at 194. And so you get the Detroit Lions' good pass offense. So those are going to be some fun matchups there. They got a lot of good defensive players over there, Ant-Man. Justin Matabuki, 4.5 sacks. Jadeveon Clowney, 3.5 sacks. Patrick Queen, 3.5 sacks. Kyle Hamilton, 3 sacks. Roquan Smith, 1.5. What do the Lions offense need to do against this defense?
I think it's kind of like you've got to do against the Bucs. You've got to just sort of work them out and try and find the best way to hurt them because, again, with the Bucs early, we tried to run the ball a lot down the middle, even though they were good against it. It wasn't really working, so they started opening the deep game up down the field to JMO and started taking some shots, and that's how they got at them. And I think this is what you're going to have to do with the Ravens defense. You're just going to have to figure out on the day what works. But the thing is, we've got such a multifaceted offense now. We can do so much against them. So, I mean, for me, yeah, you're going to try and pass the ball on them, but you want to try and get the run game going as well. So, I don't know. It's an odd one with them. I'll just say that we are, definitely, multifaceted enough to hit them in any which way possible. But just find the way. You'll find a way on the day to have a go at them, but preferably you want to do it through the run.
What do you think about the Lions trying to stop Lamar Jackson? Their Mr. Sargent, right there is Sargent there.
Yeah. Retired. Okay. They have one of the top rushing attacks, but their leading rusher is their quarterback. So it's going to be paramount that we stop Lamar Jackson in the run game. Make him one dimensional. Keep him bottled up in the pocket, and make him throw the ball from the pocket. And this kind of like similar to Mayfield, but he is better he is a better pocket passer than Mayfield. I can't say that, but you make him beat you with his arm. You know what I'm saying? Don't let him beat you with his legs because that's where he's going to be most dangerous. You play coverage like we've been doing, and you make him throw the ball. That's how you kind of win this game. You keep him from running the ball because we're pretty stout against the run from running backs, but mobile quarterbacks give us problems. Can we fix that issue going against Lamar Jackson? That's going to be the problem is can we stop him in the run game? And if you look at their sacks, and we knew you ran up a lot of those sack numbers, a lot of that stuff came against teams with inferior offensive lines. We have one of the best offensive lines in the game. Not saying that their defense we're just going to drub them, it's going to be easy, but we have an offensive line that can match with their defensive line. That's what all I'm saying. That we can match up pretty good with their defensive line and keep Jared Goff clean. You look at, we gave up 3 sacks against the Bucs, but the Bucs were sacking everybody earlier in this year. So we have the offensive line to compete against any defensive line right now. So not scared of Baltimore, man. Not scared of those Ravens. We can compete with any team in the league. And I just checked. I live in North Carolina. Y'all know the game is going to be local here. So that's the magnitude of this game where you're getting a first place team again versus another first place team. And the Lions are getting recognized nationally because I think the Panthers are on a bye week. And you would on a bye week, I never would have seen the Ravens and Lions on if they weren't playing that well here locally in North Carolina.
For sure. And that's the popularity of our Detroit Lions. We're going against some pretty good wide receivers over there, Dan. You got Zay Flowers, you got Master Rashad Bateman, and you got Odell Beckham Jr. How do the Lions defense stop this?
It's going to be my anticipation, start with the line of scrimmage. So what you've seen against more mobile quarterbacks this season with the Lions is a pocket cup formation. So 2 interior guys are going to attack the center. two exterior guys. So Hutch and Harris, they're going to take a step out and spin in to basically create a horseshoe around the pocket. So the only way the quarterback can go is back and around. Think about Sunday with Baker Mayfield. Reason why he misses some of those longer throws is because he cannot physically step into his throws. He has to step into his center because the center is getting pushed right in his face. It's also why Mayfield couldn't really scramble much. Now, as far as the second wave of the defense, we got a big advantage here because even though the Ravens do have some nice receivers, there's no Mike Evans in the equation or somebody like that can really just beat you down the sidelines. So I do think we're going to play a lot of single high safety. I think you're going to see Tracy Walker doing what he's probably best at and basically playing as a nickel linebacker up at the line, helping kill the rush, and he's going to be matched up more with tight ends. Conversely, one thing that the Bucs really could do well against us is their middle linebacker David could cover tight ends, and he's been one of the best at that for a decade. The Ravens do not have somebody like that on their team, so I think this is going to be a big game for us as far as Laporta. And the nice part is the Ravens defense is almost 100% like the Bucs. So a lot of the blitzing schemes that cause miscommunication issues with our offensive line and our secondary personnel, tight end, running backs, they should be fairly versed at it going into this weekend's game.
So we got the Lions here. We got the Baltimore Ravens. What is your prediction for this game? Speak easy, baby.
You know what, man? I'm no longer having PTSD with it, man. I'm going Detroit Lions win until another team proves me wrong. They're just going to have to beat us outright. I know we're on the road, maybe up against it in that fashion, but like Dan Campbell said, we'll be right there on your front porch with it, and they haven't let us down yet.
Ant-Man, Lions, Ravens, and guys, get ready for questions. Do hashtag Lions, and you'll definitely get your question answered. What is your prediction for this game?
I'm the same. I just have complete faith in this team to go on the road now in an environment like this against a team who we would be expected to lose by usually and win. The Ravens' big thing is their run game, and we've been elite at shutting it down this year. I think we can go there. I think we can shut that run game down. I think the DBs are going to have opportunities to get takeaways. And I believe in our offense. I think it'll be closer. I think I had an 18-point win for us against the Bucs. I think it'll be about 7 this time. It'll probably be a score. I'll go about 31-24 to us.
Ooh, I like you. Now, Kurt, man, look, war. It's war. We're going to war. All right, you got the Lions and Baltimore Ravens. War. What is your prediction for that game?
I think it's a 3-point game, and I think it's one of those where we get the payback from the doink field goal we had a couple years ago. So, but I think it's where it's they're going to be playing from behind. The Ravens, that is. I think that they get within 3, but we hold them off at the end. So that's what I'm thinking. Thinking a tighter game, probably about 24-21 Lions.
Okay. Dan the man.
As long as Aaron Glenn spent this week fixing some of that miscommunication we saw in the second part of the defense, in the secondary, mostly with Kirby Joseph and Tracy Walker, I think we're going to win 28-17. Assuming that's taken care of, I think Baltimore's offense is going to be incredibly limited against our defense.
I think this is going to be a tough game, in all honesty, for my prediction. I think it's going to be tough. I don't think this is going to be a high-scoring game, but I do got the Lions pulling it out 23-21. I think that's the type of game we're going to have right there. Very close. I do think Ravens are a good team. They got a great defense. They do got some weapons offensively, but the Lions has just been bringing the house, and there's a player, looks like he's probably coming back. Brian Branch. This guy's a stud. And this is going straight to Jonathan Anton's question. Who going to spy on Lamar from an LB spot? Well, if you like BBs, we're going Brian Branch. I think this guy is going to be out there all over the field. To me, he potentially could be a defensive rookie of the year. That's how good he's playing. And he's an X factor. He's absolutely an X factor in this game. If you got questions, go ahead and put hashtag in there. We will get it done for you guys. And just put questions in the comment section. The hashtag. Is Adam ever going to be on this show again? Yes, at some point. Right now, he can't do it. Yes, at some point. for sure. Okay, Speakeasy, there's no questions yet. Lions win. Say we go 6-1. What do you think our overall record's going to be after that? Because if you look at the schedule, you got the Chargers. That's like the better teams, Chargers and the Cowboys. You got the Raiders, Denver Broncos, Chicago Bears twice, Minnesota Vikings twice, and the Packers at home. We're going to kill some of these teams, man.
Look, man, I said it last week looking at the schedule. The Lions could possibly have a number 1 seed, if not a number 2 seed for damn sure. Just obviously helps a big part of that too. It's not about who you face; it's like when you face them. But we've seen the Detroit Lions team down multiple studs. I mean, you just spoke about Brian Branch. Has won the past 2 games without him. We've been games without Dave Montgomery. We've had games without Jahmyr Gibbs. Had games without Amon-Ra St. Brown. Games without Big V. Games without Taylor Decker. It doesn't matter. We've always overcame those obstacles. That's why you love a coach like Dan Campbell and Ben Johnson. I really think the Lions can earn the number 1 seed, man. I had 11 to 12 wins to begin the year. I might bump that up to 13. Honestly, is that crazy of me? Am I crazy?
No, you're not crazy. If the Lions win on Sunday, they're going to be favored in every single game after that. Okay, this is the only game that we're not favored in when you look at it because it's on the road. What's up with Pascal? He's injured. We got to wait till he gets back fully cleared. Kirby Joseph, he's not injured. He's good to go. Would anyone come out of retirement for the playoffs? No, I don't see anyone coming out of retirement for that. Do you think Lamar will be the Ravens' leading rusher against the Lions if they continue to stop the run like we have done every week? Yes, I do. 100%. We are the best run defense in all of football, but we do have issues with the mobile quarterback. So I think that he can get his. We got a Baltimore Ravens said, y'all going to be sprinkling purple Kool-Aid Acme Sunday. I don't know what Acme is. Sunday.
Both been drinking some purple Kool-Aid, it sounds like.
Humble pie. You're talking to Lions fans, Hate Simp. You don't think we're humble? This is the first time we've had a winning season in like 5,000 years.
Yeah.
Like we're the most humble fan base there is on the planet.
Yeah.
People are mistaking us having a good having a good season for thinking we're just completely blind to everything. The thing is, we know bad, we know awful, and we know good. We know this is different. It's not been blind to it. We just know this team is good.
And the Lions fans show up. We're not disrespectful. We're just you look at the fans that are showing up at the games, they're not being disrespectful to the other fan base. They're just there cheering on the Lions. They're buying out the stadium, they're taking over stadiums, but they're not disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? They're not in people's faces. You don't hear about Lions fans getting into fights with other fan bases. They're just there to cheer on the team because we know the other side, like Anthony said. We know the getting crapped on and the team not loving you back because they're not playing well, and we got the wrong leadership, and we got this bad teams or just not bad performing teams. So we know the other side. We just got a reason to cheer now, and we're not a cocky fan base. We're not the Cowboys fan base. We're not the Patriots fan base. We're not the Steelers fan base. We're just a fan base that is happy to be cheering a team that's winning.
Yeah, and look, man, every fan base we go against says the same thing that you say. Every time I go live on my channel or in here, we're gonna beat you. We're gonna destroy you. You're the same old Lions. Okay, man. Look. You can think that. That's fine. Lions offense, 4th points per game. Lions total yards, 4th in the NFL. Passing yards, 5th in the NFL. Rushing yard, 9th in the NFL. Total turnovers, 12th in the NFL. Defense, 9th points per game. 7th yards allowed per game. 1st rushing yards per game. It's a different team. It's a physical team, and you're gonna see this not the same old Lions. It's just not.
And you're looking at facts here because you're looking at this Ravens team. What do they do well? They run the ball well. What do we do well? We defend the run well. Exactly. You take away their biggest weapon on offense, and that nullifies some of the threat they have. And then you look on offense, with us. People go, oh, you shut the run game down. They're no good. Well, that's not true, is it? You can stop our run game. We can still hit you. What are we at? 15 games now with 20-plus points in the NFL. Yeah. The nearest team to us was the Chargers with 7 before last night, and their run's over. It doesn't matter what defense we come up against. We find ways to put points down on them, and these are facts. This has not been big-headed or anything. This is us. Our offense knows how to score against any and all defenses. And our defense is good at doing what they're good at on offense. It matches up very well for us. That's not arrogance.
Lions are going to have home field advantage. Yeah, I think they will. I think it's very if we win on Sunday, I think the Lions probably get the number 1 seed, because this is to me this is the hardest game left on the whole schedule. Or will we lose a game? I'm sure at some point, right? But I mean, when you look at favorites, Lions will be favored in every other game. A Hunter #FTR defense is only going to get better as season goes on. Campbell, Branch, Hutch, Sutton, Walker, McNeil, it's just every game they're getting better. And you're seeing players whom you would see backups last year playing really well. Like, it's unbelievable to see this. The hitting that Tracy Walker's doing, Craig Reynolds with the hits. You've seen even the guy who I rip on, Harris, getting plays. So it's crazy. $10 Super Brad Holmes is the man. Thank you so much. People frowned at the Alex Anzalone signing. I did when not the re-signing. I was like, yeah, okay. But he's balling. Barnes stepped up. And in the chamber with the Campbell draft pick, let's give our linebackers some love. Absolutely give them love. Alex Anzalone is having a magnificent season. Great season. And it's awesome to see Derek Barnes doing great. Jack Campbell doing great. It's absolutely stunning to watch this. What's going on, Wolverine? Nope, y'all bragging off
Mike
low-tier
Jones.
teams. We're bragging off low-tier teams. Kansas City's a low-tier team. The first place Kansas City Chiefs, Super Bowl champions. At the first place Tampa Bay Buccaneers. A road game to the Green Bay Packers. Yeah, that's low-tier teams, man. You know they're all first place.
Well, I love how Ravens fans say this. It's like, what's your best win? Oh, it was against the Bengals when Joe Burrow had one leg and couldn't move, and you nearly lost that. You beat the Titans, who don't have an offense at all, and you beat the Browns with Dorian Thompson-Robinson at quarterback. It's like, don't talk to us about a weak-ass schedule when you do not have a quality win either. If you're saying that about us, it reflects on you.
And the Titans would have won that game. I think if Tannehill would have stayed in that game, I think the Titans would have had a better chance of winning that game.
Yeah. Do you think it's possible we meet the Rams at Ford Field wild card? Very possible.
Very.
That would be interesting. That would be interesting. Jared Goff pound on Stafford. Woo! Motown Mob. Our defense needs a moniker. How we feeling about Den of Doom? I like that name.
They got a moniker, man.
Hitsville, USA.
Hitsville, USA, baby. They got a moniker.
Tracy's leading the way, too.
Welcome to Hitsville, baby.
Y'all played a bunch of low-tier teams. I don't know where... Facts doesn't care about your feelings, man. I'm sorry. But it's just 100% true. You're not going to stop the Ravens run game if this dude...
Here's what I'd say to the haters, simps, or whatever. If we do stop you, then how foolish do you guys look? Because we're nothing according to you, and now we came and beat you in your own house.
When we win, they're gonna say, "Oh, you got lucky. Your team still sucks." Just like what the Buccaneers did. We won. Oh, your team just sucks. We had a bad game. Yeah, okay. Every team.
They had to kick a 63-yard field goal that dunked off the upright to beat us last time. And it ain't gonna come down to that this time.
He says, "I don't want to hear any excuses come Sunday. Neither do I want to hear them from you. I don't want to hear no excuses." Who should we get before the deadline? Okay, let's all do like a quick person who you would want to get, not who you think again. I really like to get probably Patrick Surtain. I don't think it's going to happen, but I'd love to get him. Easy?
Chase Young.
Ooh, I like you. Ant-Man?
I don't know specifically, but I would like some more secondary help.
Okay. Kurt?
If you look at what we need, I would have went Surtain as well. I'd take Simmons from the Titans.
Okay.
I'd take Simmons from the Titans. That dude's a road grader, man. Him and Aleem McNeil in the middle of our defense. Woo-hoo-hoo. Good
Did they just
night.
resign him though?
Yeah, but he didn't get a super deal like a lot of other defensive tackles. We got enough to
Even better than
we got the money. We got a lot of money.
All right. We don't do cursing and stuff like that, so you're out of here.
So one player I think that we would target that would seem to fit Brad Holmes as far as what he's done in the past, as far as picking up parts. He's not going to, I don't think he's going to go out and give up a first and second round to get Surtain, but maybe Fuller from Washington. He'd come in, fit the need, and he can play.
All right. Who will be the biggest playmaker against the Ravens? I'll go with Amon-Ra St. Brown. He just continues to get these first downs. So critical that second to last drive that we had. Just first down. Amon-Ra first down. Amon-Ra first down. Amon-Ra first down. So I'm going to go with Amon-Ra first down. Easy. Who do you think will be having a big game or big play make?
You know what? If the Detroit Lions are going to win this game, again, I think it's predicated on this like limiting and stopping Lamar Jackson. I'm looking at two rookies actually, Brian Branch and Jack Campbell. I think Jack Campbell in that Sam and Will spot, kind of backing into coverage. Remember last year when James Houston was like in coverage, and last minute he like darted right towards Justin Fields and like effed him up. I feel like Jack Campbell has that same type of presence and mindfulness on the field when the running quarterback like Lamar Jackson. So it's crazy it might sound. I'm gonna go Jack Campbell. I think he's gonna be pivotal in stopping Lamar this weekend.
Yeah, I love Jack Campbell, man. Great pickup. Brian Branch, amazing. We all drink tears of Ravens fans after the wins on Sunday. No, just the one guy. Other fans, like, I don't have a problem with, but if you come and troll, yeah, then I will be like, ha, ha, ha. But the normal fans, nah, I have no reason to do that. Let's see. Amon-Ra yards Brown. Amon-Ra Farman yards Brown. Okay, let's see. What do you guys think about plays that Tampa wide receivers were open down the field, but Baker couldn't compete? Does that worry y'all? Well, he's extending the play, and he had to throw off his back foot. Remember, there's 11 players on defense, and that defensive line is helping out the secondary. And guess what? It forced him to throw off his back foot or make an errant throw. So you're going to see that with all quarterbacks. Happens to everybody. You've seen it with Patrick Mahomes. So it's just one of those things. Am I worried about it? No, that's how they built it. They built it with the defensive line, and there's going to be plays like that when you got defenders in your face, in your mug, like trying to kill you. So the biggest playmaker will probably be Laporta on offense, seeing the Ravens are going to have an eye on Jamo, Branch, and Campbell on defense. Okay. I like it. Any news besides Mo Ibrahim? Oh, yeah, I'll go and throw this one right here to my guy, Ant-Man. He loves Mo Ibrahim. How you like him coming back?
It's good. I said this on our show yesterday. I didn't want to see like a trade for like a Derrick Henry or something like that. I think that, for us, Craig Reynolds, especially after Sunday, has earned his opportunity for more snaps in this team. He's usually fairly reliable for us. Gibbs should be back this week as well. And to be honest, I want to be giving him the snaps while Monty's not on because that's more beneficial for the team going forward. All we needed was a third guy to complement them, some type of power back who can come in and you can use him in a situation when you need. Mo Ibrahim is that guy. He's a power back. You need to truck through someone's defensive line. He's the guy you bring in to do it. So I love it. I think he's the perfect third complementary back if they don't go with Snell. And I'm glad that they're going to give Reynolds and Gibbs their fair share because I'd rather give it to the guys who've earned the reps rather than just bring an outsider in.
Can Gibbs fill Monty's shoes, Dan?
100%. Yeah, I think you've seen that against Atlanta. He did very well with that opportunity. The first quarter, he struggled a little bit, especially hitting between the tackles, the holes that were made. But really about the second part or the middle of the second quarter, he got comfortable in that second half. He started lighting them up, and he forced Atlanta to change their coverages, and that's all you could really ask.
You got our guy Gibbs and Craig Reynolds. They'll hold the fort down on Sunday. Give Monty a break over there for sure. Let's see. Any more questions? Put it in the comments section. Just keep doing that. Who is the MVP so far of this team, Kurt?
Man, it's got to be JG, man. Jay Jizzle. He doing his thing, man. He's a leading candidate for, getting up there for NFL MVP. So if he's a candidate for the league MVP, he's a team MVP in my thoughts. He's just been playing lights out, man. That his game's matured. He's a different Jared Goff than he was in LA, but he's the man right now. JG's lighting it up, and he's come a long way from being goof to Goff.
Yeah, he's Gofford right now. Hunter Carpenter, can you imagine J-Mo Gibbs lined up in twins like you can defend them both with their speed? Throw Khalif Raymond in there. J-Mo, Leaf, and Jahmyr Gibbs.
All 4-2, 4-3 guys.
Man, I'd love to see a race with those guys in it. It's gonna be some speed ball. Gonna be some speed ball once everybody gets on the same page and healthy. Goff, absolutely MVP for us. He has been dissecting defenses all season long. I think it's the first time, too, when I watched this game, he was putting into tight windows. That ball was like literally, if you had it any more to the left or right, it's picked. But it was like perfectly thrown. I'm like, geez, those were some darts, man. It was really, really good to see.
Yeah, he said he's learning how to change his arm angle, too. Like, you see that one he threw the St. Brown in the middle of the field, he dropped his arm angle and just flipped it with his wrist sideways. And I'm like, you didn't see that from Jared Goff before, but you're seeing it now. So
it's playing with the utmost confidence, man. He's running the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like
he's a scrambling man.
Yeah, man. It's this different version of Jared Goff. Like, we haven't seen this amount of confidence in him while he's been in a Honolulu uniform at all. I love it.
And he's not laying pipe down either. At least to Sean McVay's family right there. Man. Are there any teams in the NFC? You know, is that in the picture of him as the rapper guy that like, this guy's awesome. Are any teams in the NFC other than the 49ers, the Eagles, that you think would pose a threat to the Lions? I mean, not really. I think Seattle Seahawks, right? They have our number, so that's something some team you got to watch for. Dallas Cowboys, they can be up or down. Even though I'm not really too impressed with them. But in the NFC, no, I think it really is. I think the Lions could beat the Eagles. I'm not high on the Eagles this year. I'm not. They're not fully there yet. I'd say the 49ers right now is the team. Right now, I think it could come down to 49ers Lions NFC Championship game. It really could be. That's why we need to get that number 1 seed. I want all roads to come to Detroit. I want that crowd to destroy people's ears on that game. Can you imagine NFC Championship easy in Detroit?
It would be insane. It would be deafening, and I would be a part of the ruckus too.
Oh yeah,
I'd be part of the problem for sure.
Oh yeah, we're all gonna be part of that problem, man. We all go into. I don't care. Hey, look, I'm gonna slip a credit card like you've done that before. Hey, there's gonna be a couple credit cards up in that mug.
Before I might end up in the locker room. Like, oh, yeah.
Hey, there's Speakeasy's on the sideline. What the heck, Speakeasy? There, he's over there now. He's going in the lineup.
On the play sheet, like that's how much.
Boy, Malcolm right here. He knows me.
I have a play sheet, but it's really just a menu from freaking Big Boy.
I'm right here. Just walks right in. There goes. If you don't know the story, we're in a VIP area. We got the VIP badge, but Speakeasy does not have a VIP badge, and the security's got to check you. And he just walks in like a boss. Yeah, here you go. And I don't even know what you have. Would you just have your ID or something?
I just walked in, but then I wanted to go get some food, so I put my credit card in there. So if I couldn't get back in, I'd be like, dude, I was just already in there. Like, there's my wallet right there. There's my credit card. Just in case I couldn't get back in the second time.
He is slick as man. This dude's slicker than Mug, man. Going to UFC fights at the front row.
It works every time.
I'm gonna see him and watch a presidential debate. There's Speakeasy on the side. He's the interpreter. He's for people.
I've literally ended up courtside at basketball games and ringside at fights, just doing the same shit.
Oh, I'm gonna watch United Nations doing a big speech, and there's easy.
With my big boy menu.
Oh my God, he's so funny. How do you feel about the Bills? Teams are really sleeping on them like they used to sleep on us.
They got too many injuries on their defense. That they have some major injuries to that defensive side. Yeah. It's not that they sleeping on them. They're gonna have some issues, especially in the back half of their because they gotta play Miami again, and they're not. I don't think they're gonna have the defensive tools that compete with them again.
Right.
Yeah, they're a good team. The problem is they're in a really good division with the Miami Dolphins. I think Dolphins probably take that division. The Jets defense is really good. The Patriots are bums, which is great. They're terrible. I love it. Oh my God. A quick question that's not Lions related. Bill Belichick, does he come back next year? Easy.
Bill Belichick. What was the question one more time?
Does he come back next year?
If I'm Bill, for the sake of like his legacy, I probably would hang it up. Just because like you're growing too far away from like those Tom Brady years where like people kind of coupled them together versus now you're starting to see the split where it's like, oh, maybe Tom Brady made Bill Belichick, which like Bill is one of the greatest head coaches of all time. That I feel like that's still disrespectful to say, but I would hang it up before that narrative begins to grow a little bit more than it is right now.
Yeah, I think he's done after this year. Their team looks. It feels like it's like an old school team, like a '90s team in the 2000s and 23s. Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's just like it's just not there. A lot of teams calling for Danielle Hunter. I heard the Lions were one of those callers, and they better be one of those callers. I watched that game, and he's a game wrecker. Could you imagine with him opposite of Aiden Hutchinson?
Be dirty. He plays well against the run too.
You calling your mama?
I don't think it's going to cost a lot to get him.
No, you're absolutely right. I've been thinking about Chase Young, but that's the most affordable one for sure. Danielle Hunter.
I'd take Chase Young too. Ain't no doubt. But Danielle Hunter, man,
a little bit more realistic.
Yeah, and it's taken away from the Minnesota Vikings, which is a good thing. And then I'm sure he would love to hit Kirk Cousins a couple times. So, yeah, I'm all for that. Folks, we've been on for about an hour. This is the time where we're going to get off. Speakeasy, where can they find you, the Heavyweights channel, all that?
I will be live today from 5 to 7 on Woodward Sports. Make sure you guys tap in. Monday through Friday, we're there all the time, man. Well, I got to get you back on soon, Mike.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Just got to wait a little bit, right? Wait a little bit. A little sneaky up in there.
Yeah. Card, sneak in there.
Hey, you could tell the guy though. I'm on ESPN Radio now. Sure. There you go. So I do that once a week. Tell the folks where you're at there, Ant-Man.
So yeah, you can find us at Roar of the Lions UK. We're live Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. So if you want to come and check out the opinion from the guys across the pond, then that's where you can find us.
Kurt, you're doing articles, man.
Yeah, man. You can find me at kurtsteele.com. That's where I'm hanging out. You can find my links to my stuff at other publications right there on the homepage, kurtsteele.com.
Dan the Man, where can they find you?
Lions Talk Live, 7 days a week, 7 a.m. until roughly 8 a.m. So come on over and be a part of the morning show.
All right. And you can find me in the club. No, so I'm playing. Hey, I appreciate everybody hanging out, and see y'all later.
I feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me. And what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me. Take into your hands a plan. Your own hands can land your own brand. And damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put in the hours it takes to get some power. Don't be fucking sour. Take a cold shower. Scream until you're louder. Work until you're prouder. And all the doubters, they're just young downers. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown.